What is going on today, guys? And today in this video I have some quick tips and tricks for Baldur's Gate 3 to make your gaming experience a little bit better. For tip number 1, if you are playing with mouse and keyboard, if you hold your mouse button down, you can actually move your character around without having to tap the button in order to get your guy to move where you want him to. If you just hold it down, you can just steer him where you want him to move to. Now for tip number 2, if you are far away from your characters and you want to find a quick way to get back to them, all you want to do is press F1, F2, F3, or F4, and it will take you to either one of them characters. F1 will take you to your main character, F2 is to your side characters, and F3 and F4 is all side characters. F1 is always will bring you back to your main character, so always keep that in mind if you are far enough away from them and you want to get back to them really fast. For tip number 3, if you want to break away your main character or a side character from your group, all you want to do is drag their portrait away from the main group right here, and you will be able to move them freely without having your other group members follow you, just like this. So all you want to do is grab it, pull it away, and then switch to that character, and then you can move them freely on their own, as you can see. And if you want to bring them all back together, you can press G, and it brings them all back together. As you can see, they're all coming back to the character that I am. Now, if you want to break them all apart without having to drag each and every single one separate, all you have to do is just press G, and they will be broken into their own little separate group without anyone else. They will all be by themselves, as you guys can see.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Got them all spread apart. This comes in handy if you want to pick certain fights, and if you want to sneak around and do all that stuff. This is a pretty easy way to do that. Tip number 3, if you want to see which way an enemy is looking, if you guys are trying to sneak around, you can hold shift and you can see what they see and how you can avoid them. You can take different paths to avoid them if you want to. If you want all of your group members to go into stealth mode, what you want to do is you want to hold shift and then press C. That will bring all your group members into stealth mode without having to go through one at a time and press C. This is the quickest way to do that if you guys like playing stealthy. For tip number 5, if you guys would like to see items that are laying around you that you can pick up, or dead bodies, all you want to do is press left Alt, and it will highlight items that you are able to interact with and pick up, as you guys can see here. Now for tip number 6, what you guys want to do is when you first start out the game, you want to increase your row slots. That way when you start to level up, you unlock new abilities, and you will not be able to use these abilities if you're just stuck on the standard row right here. As you guys can see, I have a few abilities here, and if you increase it, you can see I gain more abilities that I have unlocked and I am able to use. If you guys don't do this, you won't be able to use it unless you want to take out certain spells and just replace them. But if you increase your row slot, you'll be able to use all of your abilities that you have in your slots. For tip number 7, if you accidentally lose a spell and you don't know how to get it back, or how you even lost your spell in the first place, all you have to do is press K to bring up your spell menu, and it also brings up your action menus that you can see what your actions are. And all you want to do is look through your spells, find the spell that you are missing, and then place it back in your spell slot. Now you can only do this if you have it unlocked. This is how you accidentally lose your spells. As you can see, you might accidentally drag it off or something. Make sure you find your spell that you want back, and make sure to relock the lock. That way you can't drag your spells off by accident or anything like that. You do this the same way with your inventory slots. Say you want to put something in your inventory right here. You could do it by doing that. Just go to your inventory, pull it, bring it down, and then lock your lock bar, and it will stay there. For tip number 8, some characters have 2 different types of weapons. As you guys can see, this one has an axe, and this one has a crossbow. If you guys want to switch in between different weapons, All you want to do is press F. As you guys can see, I switched to my axe. Press it again, I switched to my crossbow. Now this is very useful. If you guys don't know, if you hold control, you are actually able to freely attack whatever you want. See, just like that. Freely attack what you want. And you can do the same thing if you switch to your axe or whatever it is that you have. You're able to swing freely around. This is helpful for attacking doors, barricades, barrels that have like oil or water in it. If you guys want to do that, you can, because sometimes enemies will stand near barrels that you're actually able to break, and they have like I said, they have oil, water, and all that good stuff in it. For tip number 9, if you guys' inventory is full like mine, let's just say it's full of camp supplies and you want to get rid of them, all you have to do is right click on them and then you want to send it to camp. Now what this does, you have a chest at your camp that you can send it to, and all the stuff that you send to your camp will be in that chest and you'll be able to get it out anytime you want. As you guys can see, I sent a bunch of supplies and stuff to camp. I'm going to send this sword. It's stuff to camp. Now I'm going to fast travel to my camp and show you what it looks like. As you guys can see, I am at my camp, and what you want to do is you want to come over here to your chest right here. This is where all of your stuff will be. As you guys can see, I have a bunch of stuff in here already. There's the hammer and the sword that I put in there. So this is a good way to clear out some inventory space if you just don't want to get rid of it, or if you're keeping it to sell, you are able to do that. For tip number 10, if your guys' inventory is full of stuff that you don't want to get rid of quite yet and you want to sell it, but it is taking up a lot of your inventory weight, all you want to do is hold control and then click on each individual item that you want to move. Let's just say I want to move this stuff. You can move it to a box or to one of your companions, but after you do that, you want to let go of control, hold left click, drag it over to one of your companions that don't have any weight on them, and then release it. And all the selected items that you clicked will be in your companion's inventory. For tip number 11, if you are in a main cutscene and it isn't going the way you want to, and if it's going to end up in a fight, or if you think it's going to end up in a fight, if you go down here to the bottom left corner and click character select, you'll be able to select another character in your group while your other character stays in that conversation, and you are able to freely move your other character around into battle position. That way you will have an advantage before the fight actually starts. Now this does come in handy quite often, so make sure you guys use this. But as you guys can see, I am my other character right now. And if you select on the character that is already in the conversation, it'll jump back into the conversation just like this. For tip number 12, you can trade with just about anybody that you talk to. It does not have to be a trader or anything like that. If you are in a conversation like I am right here, all you have to do is go to the bottom left and click trade, and you will see the items that this person has in their inventory that you could trade with or barter with, whatever it is you want to call it. Like say I want to buy this healing potion right here. All I have to do is just do this. And there you go. I'm actually able to buy this healing potion from her. Simple as that. And I say this guy right over here. I talk to him.
Please, just go.
I can actually trade with this guy and say I want to buy this. I could just do that and bam, I bought that arrow from that guy. So be sure to check random people's inventories for something that they might have that you want. This always comes in handy. For tip number 13, if you guys do not know this, you can actually throw your healing potions. If your characters are low on health, as you can see, I have 2 characters that are low on health. If you throw the healing potion on the ground or near them, it will heal them. Throwing a healing potion to a downed person that's in your party can actually bring them back to life and back in the fight and ready to fight them. Now this does come in handy sometimes, but if you have an enemy that is close to a downed player or a character that needs to be healed, and if you throw it, it can also heal the enemy, so be careful where you throw it. For tip number 14, if you are in a dice roll screen just like this, and if you press the dice, as you guys know, it does all this spinning before it tells you what your actual number is that you get. There is a way you can skip the dice roll. All you want to do is press it and then press it right again, and then your dice roll will automatically be done. That way you don't have to wait a few extra seconds in order for the dice to get done rolling around. For tip number 15, if you guys press your tilde key, it will highlight all the players and enemies that are around you, and you get, as you guys can see them through walls. Now this does come in handy if you are also fighting. It will help you see enemies that could be like hidden in a spot that you don't see until it's their turn to attack. This helps highlight everything that is going on around you, so you know what all is going on. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys found this video helpful in any way, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, please make sure to leave a comment. And if you guys know any other tips or anything that I may have missed, please make sure to leave them in the comments. But without further ado, I will talk to you guys later.